children, welcome to NEET World. This is Narayani, I am your foundation biology educator. In previous class we discussed about the plant tissues from the 9th chapter CBSE. So let's continue from the previous session. So we discussed about the complex permanent tissues. How many are there, children? There are two types. What are they? Xylem and Phloem, right? So before we are diving into the session, let's tell you the very important news for you, children. Here we are starting the foundation summer camp course, children. So in this foundation summer camp, it is a span of 15 days. In the first 10 days, we are going to cover the most core concepts which are related to the examinations of NEET and JEE. So the basics which are required for the which are required for the basics of upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th students. We will providing the core concepts which are very important basics we are providing for the about the concepts which are very clearly basics required for the NEET and JEE examinations. We will focus on the core concepts of the subjects of maths, biology, physics and chemistry. Then after 10 days, the next 2 days we are providing the activity based learning, children. So if you have many doubts where it is starting from, where the location is, why it is happening, and you will get all answers in the activity based learning, children. After 12 days, in 13th day, we are going to conduct the quiz. So you can analyze your performance before and after. You can analyze your how much you improved. So by conducting the quiz, you can boost up your confidence also. So in 13th day we are conducting the quiz, and the 14th day we are conducting the cumulative assessment of all subjects we are dealing with. So mainly we are dealing with the subjects of physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. Coming to the 15th day, children. In the 15th day, it is one of the most important day from the foundation summer camp course, children, because in the 15th day we are we are analyzing the subject, and also mainly we are giving the one-on-one interaction. If you have a goal, you don't know how to achieve it, you don't know what kind of exams will be there. So what are the different exams are there of your based on interested subjects, and we are providing the path. Mainly we are providing the career guidance program. So in the 15th day, among all the days, 15th day is very important, and you can happily come to your institute name called NEET World, present in Narayani Ma'am, Hyderabad by offline. If you want to come through online, children, so down scrolling number is there, no? Otherwise, they have posted having the two numbers. If you contact with that number, then we will give you access in our app name called MedWorld. So this is about our foundation summer camp, children. It is made especially for the students of upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. So the already batches are going on, children. The first 1 week classes are absolutely free. There is no need to point of at least 1 rupee also in the span of 1 week. So it is very golden opportunity for you, children. So I hope you all aware this important news. I hope you see you all in the classes, right? So here are Telegram channel, children. So scan this QR code and join in our Telegram group. So for this Telegram group, mainly you will get advantages of the in direct quizzes of biology, chemistry, maths and physics. So mainly the faculty also will be there in the group, children. So if you have any doubts, you can clarify, we will clarify in the group. So if any live classes are scheduling, so we will drop you a message. So then you can directly access the on time for the live class schedule. And we are providing the free resources, and also one-on-one interaction sessions will be there. So if you have any doubt solving sessions, you will get to notification will come, and also if you can ask the question also, we will only directly discuss with you. And this is the very it is very useful for you, children, for the upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th students. The Telegram channel is very useful. And also in our institute we are providing the long term courses for the NEET and for the BPC and also MPC students. For BPC you can come to our for long term courses for NEET and also MSET. And if you are regular students of 11th students, 12th students, if you want to come to our institute here in Narayani, otherwise you can contact with our number, we will give you the online access also, right, children? And coming to the MPC students, we are providing the JEE course also, and we are providing the coaching for the MSET also. So you can get the 5 entrance exams free by these courses, children. You can write 5 entrance exams by taking the coaching of one of our long term course, children. This is very useful for you. So this is about our NEET World institution, children. So okay, let's dive into our class. Okay, See here. Okay, what we discussed, we are discussing the tissues, right, from the 9th CBSE. So, from the 9th CBSE we are discussing the plant tissues mainly. So, we know that there are two types of tissues, meristematic and permanent tissues, and mainly we are discussing about the complex permanent tissues. We are done with all the types of tissues, you know, and based on their locations, meristematic tissues are divided into 3 types. We already discussed it, and permanent tissues are of 2 types, simple and complex, and we also discussed the simple permanent tissues, and we are dealing with the complex permanent tissues. Is the complex permanent tissues are made up of only one kind of cells? Yes, no, because they are made up of different kinds of cells and they are coordinated together to perform common function, right? They are made up of different kinds of cells, not one kind of cells. They are formed of, they are, you know, formed by many kinds of cells. They are formed by many kinds of cells. They coordinated together to perform a common function, right? So, here the xylem and phloem. So, the xylem and phloem, what is the function of xylem, children? Transportation of water and also inorganic solvents and also minerals. What nothing but inorganic solvents are what, children? So, they are nothing but the minerals, metal ions, right? So, what is the function of the xylem, children? Transporting of water or conduction of water. These are the true workers of the plant. Why? Because from the xylem tissue, you know, it is transferring the water to the all parts of the plant, like roots, stems, branches and all that. From the ground, from the root to the all parts of the plant. Which tissue is transferring the water, children? Xylem. And which tissue is transferring the food is phloem. Phloem is delivering the food to all parts of the plant, right? So, it is not only one direction. If the xylem is one direction, it is always upward direction because the water is available in the soil, in the ground, right? So, through the xylem tissue, it always travels to the upward direction. Coming to the phloem, children, it does not only one direction because the kitchen of the plant is leaves. The photosynthesis happens in the leaves. So, the kitchen of the plants are leaves, right? So, there is preparing the food. So, the food should be transported to the all parts of the plant, including roots and all stems, branches, nodes, right, everything. So, here these are the delivery vans. They are performing bidirectional. They are not unidirectional. They are bidirectional. So, they move upwards also and also downwards also. So, it travels, the food should be, distributes to every part of the plant, right. So, how many kinds of xylem are there, children? There are 4 types. What are they? Tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers, right. So, we discussed the what are tracheids, vessels and xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. Here the tracheids are the tubes. So, for the transportation, so see in your house also, if you want to water the plants in the garden of to your certain area, what you will use? You will use tubes, right. So, tracheids are nothing but tubes, children. So, what are vessels? They are all big pipes. Then the tracheids, there are the big pipes, right. We will discuss in detail about what are tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers, right. Mostly xylem are children what? They are dead tissue because tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers are what, children? They are dead tissue. They are dead tissue. So, only xylem parenchyma is only the living tissue. Xylem parenchyma is only the living tissue. So, it helps in regeneration, healing. We all know the function of what is the function of parenchyma, children. So, parenchyma function is healing, right, and helps in the regeneration, right. If any, so as it is the xylem parenchyma, it involves in the regeneration and also healing purpose, right. So, almost tracheids, vessels and xylem fibers are what, children? They are dead tissues, right. So, let us see. So, in yesterday class we discussed about the very clear way what is the difference mainly. So, what are the who delivers the food, children? That is the phloem tissue. Who transports the water? That is the xylem tissue, right? Very good. So, let us see here, children. So, we know the water, if I given the example also, I given as the plant is a busy city. Otherwise, if you are difficult to understand that topic, let us just remember if it is a one building. So, they have the water and also food is delivering. So, always the water transports to the whole part of the building. See, consider it is a building. So, water is always in the ground. Okay. The food is made in the top floor. So, nothing but leaves. So, consider is a building as a plant and the water system is present in the underground and the top floor it is they are making the food. So, consider it is a leaves. So, the food prepared in the upward part of the plant. So, the food is transmitted to the delivers to the all parts of the different floors by the tissue name phloem. By the tissue name, children, phloem. Here the water is transported to the all upward floors of the building by the tissue name xylem. Alright, children. So, otherwise remember like this. So, it will be easy for you. So, the food should be delivered to all the floors. Every apartment there should be a delivering of the food should be happen, right. So, here the which tissue is helping in that? Phloem is helping. So, here the water is in the underground. So, the water is transporting every apartment in every floor by the tissue name called xylem, right. So, through the pipes. So, tracheids, vessels are nothing but pipes, children. So, what are tracheids? Tracheids are the long elongated tubes, and the vessels are the big pipes, then the tracheids, right. Xylem parenchyma involves in the healing, regeneration, and coming to the xylem fibers, they provides a mechanical strength to the plant, right. See here they are mostly dead, we discussed this. So, now we are discussing about the components of the xylem, then we will look into the phloem. Then it will be very easy for you, children, that what is the direction of the xylem, children? It is always move upwards. So, they mostly are dead tissue because tracheids, vessels and also xylem fibers are, what are they, children? Tracheids, vessels. The components of the xylem having the four main components. So, tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. These are dead tissue. These are dead. Out of 4 components, 3 are dead. That is why we are considering them almostly they are dead, right. So, xylem parenchyma is the only living tissue present in the components of the xylem, right. So, see here, let us discuss the xylem, children. So, here see what is the function, is the xylem is the simple permanent tissue or complex permanent tissue? It is a complex permanent tissue. So, they are made up of many kinds of cells, What is the function of the xylem, children? It conducts water, nothing but transport of water and also minerals, nothing but the inorganic solvents. Inorganic solvents are minerals, metal ions, because from the soil only, through the water only, whatever the minerals, metal ions present in the soil will be absorbed by the roots to the upper parts of the whole plant, right. So, here the conduction is happening by the water and from roots to the other parts of the every part of the plant. They are made up of they have 4 main components. What are the, children? Tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers. Okay. Now, it is easy for you, children. So, see here, these are the tracheids, these are the vessels and it is a xylem parenchyma, right. See, so tracheids are long, they are long, see, they are long, thin, and hollow cells, they are hollow cells and the both ends having the tapering ends, which means when it is the tracheids are they are becoming narrow at the ends by the tapering, where thinner in the end. So, See here, these are the tapering ends, which begins the hollow space when it is coming down at the end, they are become narrow. That is nothing but tapering ends. The tapering ends is for the tracheids, right? So they are having the thick tapering ends made up of lignin, right? So coming to the vessels, vessels are tube-like structures. Coming to the tracheids, vessels are more efficient to transport the water. Why? Because they are the tubes. They are the connected tubes, children. See here, here it is a tube, right? So see, there it will be the another tube. So it's the conduction of water is happening. More water can be transported in the vessels. So but the walls are very thick. The walls will be very thick. In the ends of the tracheids are very thick with the tapering ends. Deposition of lignin will be there. Here comes to the vessels. The walls are made up of lignin, very thick. It is made up of lignin, right? The transport of water will be easily happen because they are tubes, connecting tubes. So the vessels are connecting tubes. That is why they are big pipes. Tracheids are, vessels are big pipes. So tracheids are pipes and vessels are big pipes. So let's remember like that. Like tube-like structure forming for transport. So what are the more efficient, which efficiently more transports water, children? It's a vessels. Coming to the xylem, parenchyma, it stores food. What is the function of the parenchyma, children? We know that function of the parenchyma is the storage of food and also healing and also regeneration of parts, right? It's a living tissue. That is why it stores the food. And coming to the xylem fibers, it provides support. We know that fibers come under the group of Sclerenchyma, right? So the Sclerenchyma having the two main types. What are their, children? Sclerids and fibers, right? So here the what is the main function of the Sclerenchyma, children? It gives the mechanical support to the plant. As the complex tissues are arised from the meristematic tissue, right? And that too, that the permanent tissue having the two main types. One is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. From the simple permanent tissue only the complex permanent tissue is arised, right? Here the xylem fibers. So here the Sclerenchyma fibers are the part of the Sclerenchyma, because of Sclerenchyma have two they are divided in two types. What are the sclerids and fibers? They provide the support, which means they provide the mechanical strength, right, children? So this is about the xylem. Let's see, mainly we will discuss about the tracheids, vessels, xylem and xylem fibers. Here the tracheids also have the, based on their arrangement, based on their thickenings, they are also divided into four types. Vessels are also divided into four types. Let's see here, children. Coming to this. See, permanent conductive tissue. So xylems come under the group of complex permanent tissue, right, sir? That is why they given here like this. Let's see. So tracheids are dead. Of course they are dead. Tracheids, vessels and also xylem fibers are dead. Their elongated tapering ends. What is meant by tapering ends, children? At the end they are become the narrower, thinner, right? Lignified thick walls. Here the having the lignified thick walls, and they conduct water through pits. Here the small spot depositions will be there, no, children? The water transmits like this with these pores also, through the pits also, the transport of the water will be done, right? Based on the thickenings, there are four types. They are annular, spiral, reticulate, scleriform and pitted. So coming to the here types of thickenings, children, here they looks like. First they are saying the annular, they are ring shaped thickenings. Here see, the thickenings are in the ring shape. How they are, children? They are ring shaped. The thickenings of the lignin will be the thin shape, where the water will be transported to the all parts of the body. So all parts of the plant parts, right? Coming to the spiral. The name itself having the spiral. Spiral, children, helix, right? So here it is a helix. See here, it is a helix. It exactly like spiral, right? So coming to the reticulate. So helical thickenings, and coming to the reticulate, net-like thickenings. Here it is a net-like thickenings. So exactly how it is looking like, children? Net. Here through this the water will be transportation will be happen. Based on the thickenings of the shapes, their water is transporting, children. Coming to the scleriform, they are ladder like. So here the water should be transported like a ladder, right? The thickenings is like a ladder. Coming to the pitted. Pits in the walls interrupt uniform thickening. They are, see here the depositions like some amount of pits, right? Through that the conduction of water will be happen. So tracheids are also 4 types. What are the children? Annular, spiral, reticulate, scleriform and pitted. So mainly xylem having 4 components: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. And in that first we are discussing about the tracheids. They are dead and elongated tapering ends. The thick, they having the thick walls, they are lignified walls, right? The deposition of the, along with the cellulose, the lignin is also will be there. So the water is conducted through pits. Based on the thickenings, how many types children? They are become 5 types. What are they? Annular, spiral, reticulate, scleriform and pitted, right? So annular is a ring shaped and spiral is a helix shaped, right? Spiral is a helix shaped and reticulate is the network like shape and scleriform is a ladder shaped and pitted is a deposition, uniform deposition of pits, right? So here it is about the tracheids. I hope you all are clear about this, children. Coming to the next one. So after tracheids, what will be the, these are the pipes. Coming to the big pipes, what are the children? They are vessels, right? 1 minute. See, coming to the vessels, see, vessels are long tubes. Then the tracheids, vessels are long tubes. I already sent to you, right? They are the long tubes formed by end to end, which means there is no end point because the tubes are connecting tubes. There will be like this. There will be the like this. Connected tubes with perforated or absent walls. Otherwise it will be the connected, otherwise it will be the perforated. What is meant by perforated, children? Like it is a, think it is a paper. So here having the holes. So that we call it as a perforated, which means the small entry for the, it is like a holes of the holes in the paper. Like that we call it as, the ends having either the perforated or absent walls. There is not at all be, no, the connection will be either having the, small perforated walls, otherwise it should be absent. It should not be there. There is no presence of any plate or any end, right? So they conduct water and also minerals. They are also, based on the thickenings, they are also annular, spiral, reticulate, scleriform and pitted. So there are also 5 types. Here see the vessels are big pipes having the ring structured, it is we call it as annular. If they have the helix structure, we call it as spiral, and also if they are in the network like meshy like structure, we call it as reticulate, and if they are ladder like structure, we call it as scleriform. If they are pitted in structure, then we call it as pitted vessels, right? So this is how the tracheids and vessels, based on their thickenings, they are divided. The walls of the tracheids are made of, having the lignified walls, right? Here also the vessels having the lignified walls, but they are the connecting tubes. Otherwise, if they are not connected, they are having the perforated, perforated, which means the, in the end of the tube, 1 minute, in the end of the tube, there will be a presence of holes. It is like exactly like the, if the paper having the holes, right? So this is what about the xylem vessels, children. Coming to the types of vessels, I already said to you here the, just is able to understand, get to understand you people better. So see here, annular, secondary walls forms ring-like structures, and spiral, secondary walls sticking with spiral or helical pattern, there will be helical pattern. Of course, reticulate is having the mesh-like structure or also irregular network-like structure, right? Network, mesh-like, right? They are all the same words. And scleriform, it is having the thickenings appears like ladder. The thickenings are more thicker, right? They are having the, ladder-like appearance. Coming to the pitted. Walls have numerous pits with no secondary thickening in between. There is no secondary thickenings. There should be a uniform in matter, right? This is how the tracheids and vessels are categorized, children. So mainly the xylem having the 4 types. What are the children? Tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. And the tracheids having the, based on the thickenings, there are of 5 types, right? They are nothing but annular, spiral, reticulate, scleriform and pitted. And vessels are also based on their wall thickenings. Based on their wall thickenings, there are also 5 types: annual, spiral, reticulate, scleriform and pitted. Annual means ring shaped, spiral means mesh like structure, scleriform means ladder like structure, and reticulate means network like structure, and pitted means uniform distribution of pits, right. So, I hope you all clear about this, children. Coming to the next one, see here, xylem fibers. So, what are fibers, children? Fibers come under the group of Sclerenchyma, right. So, which means what is the function of Sclerenchyma? It provides a mechanical strength to the plant, right, which means the xylem fiber also provides the mechanical strength to the plant. So, here the Sclerenchyma fibers provide mechanical strength to the plant, quite easy, right. Coming to the last one, xylem parenchyma. We know that parenchyma is a tissue, is a living tissue, and it is abundant in the soft parts. Coming to the here it is having it is a xylem parenchyma. Only living component from the in the if the xylem having the 4 main components, in that the living component with if they asked is it is xylem parenchyma, because the parenchyma is a living tissue, right. So, it stores food and helps in sideways of water. It also stores food and also conduction of water. It is also helps, and if any damage happen in the vascular tissue, which means xylem, if having any damages happen, it will be recovered by this xylem parenchyma. Only living component stores food and helps in sideways of the conduction of water, right. This is what about the 4 main components of the xylem. I hope you all clear, children. So, mainly you are analyze with example, children. So, when you are taking an example and analyzing the subject, then you will easily make it understand, right, and easily get remember also, right. Coming to the next one, phloem. So, see here, children. So, phloem are, we know that they are the delivery vans of the plant. So, where the food is prepared, children? In the kitchen. So, in the kitchen. So, where the food will be transmitted to all parts of the plant, right, roots, leaves and growing fruits, everything, the sugar, the preparation, the prepared food should be travelled. Who are transporting, children? Who are delivering that food to every part of the plant? It is a phloem tissue. There are the delivery vans of the plant, right. So, see, here they are delivery vans of the plant. Coming to here, see, children. So, they are mainly of 4 types. What are they? 1 minute. Okay. So, there are mainly 4 types. What are they? Sieve tube elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, phloem fibers. Sieve tube elements are living tissues, living only. Companion cells are also living, and phloem parenchyma is also living. Only phloem fibers are the dead tissue, which means they are almost living, right. Xylem are mostly dead, because tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers are dead tissues, right. So, they are mostly, xylem is mostly dead tissue and phloem is mostly living tissue, because the sieve tube elements, companion cells and also phloem parenchyma are the living tissues, right. So, only phloem fibers are the dead tissue. That is why we are considering the phloem is a mostly living tissue, right. So, come see here, children. 1 minute. So, that is why what is the function of the phloem, children? It is delivers the food to every part of the plant, right. So, it delivers the food to roots, stems, leaves, right, everything, for what not. So, here it is a food transporter. So, food transporter of the plant is phloem. So, and direction, it will not only direct if the food will be not only given to the only upper parts and not giving to the down part, in the underground parts, not like that. It is uniformly distributing the food to every part of the plant, underground part of the roots also and the upper parts of the all growing fruits, leaves, stems, branches and all that. So, here the direction is bidirectional. Bi means 2. They are travelling the upward also, downwards also. But the not xylem is not like that, because the water is mainly we are pour into the ground. So, there the roots will be observed and it transfers to the every part of the plant. That is why it is only upward direction. Here the phloem is unidirectional, both upward and downwards also the direction will be happen. That is why it is bidirectional. Right, children, coming to the living and dead, xylem is mostly dead, and coming to the phloem, they are mostly living tissue, right. So, there are mainly of 4 components, in that 3 components are living, that is why they are mostly living. What are the children? They are sieve tubes. They are sieve tubes, companion cells, right, and phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers, right. In the 3 are living tissues and phloem fibers are dead tissue. So, that is why it is considered as a mostly living tissue, right. So, let us see our children about the phloem. Okay. Phloem is a complex permanent tissue. Xylem and phloem are complex permanent tissues, right. What is the function, children? It conducts, it transports the food. It is a delivery vans of the plant. So, it conducts food from leaves to other parts of the plant. Why it is from the food conducts from leaves? Because the kitchen of the plant is leaves. The kitchen of the plant is leaves. The preparation of food happens in the leaves, and that is why they transports to the all parts of the plant from the leaves. Right, there are mainly of 4 types. What are they? Sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma. Sieve tubes transports the food, and the companion cells, group of sieve tubes we call it as companion cells, children. So, they help in transport, they are bigger, and the phloem fibers, it provides support, and also phloem parenchyma, it is a storage of, what is the parenchyma, function is itself to storage of food and also help in regeneration. So, it is a living tissue, right, it stores nutrients. Coming to the one by one analysis, children, let us see. So, let us discuss sieve tubes and companion cells today, and then we will continue the tomorrow class. Let us see sieve tubes. Sieve tubes are main conducting part of the phloem. They are sieve tubes. See, it is a longitudinal section. So, if you are, the section, if it is a pen, if I cut it like this and if I see in the microscope, it is a longitudinal section. If I cut it like this, it is a transverse section. So, here is the longitudinal section of the phloem tissue, children. Here the main conducting part of the phloem is sieve tube. They form several elongated cylindrical cells. They are in the formation of, they are in cylindrical in nature, which means they are the cylindrical tubes. They are called, we call it as sieve tube elements. They have in vertical rows, they have in the many vertical rows, and the terminal walls of each tube is having minute pores. They are having the minute pores, see here, that we call it as sieve plate, right. So, the entire porous plate is made up of sieve plate. What is the porous having the, at the end of the sieve tube, we call it as sieve plate. So, here see the companion cells, children. So, here the companion cells, each sieve tube member is closely associated. These sieve tubes, when they are closely associated to form an elongated parenchymatous cells called the companion cells, right. So, here the sieve tubes, when they are elongated and come together to form a companion cells, which controls the activities of the former, which controls the entire activity of the former. And also, children, the initial point of the sieve tubes and also companion cells is same. They arise in the same area, right. So, they arise from the same initial cell, and therefore, they form the single function. They form a single function unit. Each companion cells within having the main characteristic feature is they have the cellulosic cell wall and prominent nucleus here. This having the cellulosic cell wall and also nucleus and also active protoplasm. They are having the active protoplasm also. They are having the active protoplasm and also sieve and also prominent nucleus, cellulosic wall and active protoplasm. What is the main characteristic feature of the companion cell, children? They are having the cellulosic wall, prominent nucleus and active protoplasm. Coming to the, they are having the common wall between the sieve tube and companion cell. Here see, sieve tube and companion cells, there is a between the wall. So, that showing the fine pits having the special connections, we call them as plasmodesmata. The connection between the sieve tubes and the companion cells, will be a, a traveling, there always helps in the transferring the food and storing in the food and transferring all parts of the plant. So that we call it as a plasmodesmata, children. Let's see, we'll complete this. See, there is a special connection transversing, which is nothing but transferring, children, traveling, right? So fine pits are nothing but the small hole like hole. If they have the papa, we kept this many holes, it's nothing but the perforated, right? So here the pits mean they are randomly depositions, small pits, right? So here the special connections transferring the fine pits present on common walls between the sieve tubes and companion cells. That area we call it as plasmodesmata. They are also called as cytoplasmic channels. Cytoplasmic channels, right? So here they are microscopic. We can't see the naked eyes. They are microscopic channels and enabling the transport communication between the one cell to another cell, one cell to adjacent cell. Okay. So here the special connection between the one cell to another cells, in the between there the region we call it as plasmodesmata. So the transferring the food, it is between the communication between one cell to another cell, right? So coming to the Phloem parenchyma, children, they are ordinary living parenchymatous tissue. What is the parenchymatous tissue function, children? Mainly they store the food, and also if there any regeneration, if there any damage occurs, it will be evolve in the healing process also. Coming to the phloem fibers, children, they are dead. So they are dead, which means they provide the mechanical strength to the plant. So they provide mechanical strength. So in the commercial use also for jute fibers, flask fibers, will use it because of they having the phloem in it, because it is having the phloem in it. This is what about the complex tissues of complex tissues from the permanent tissues, children. So I hope you all clear about this. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. So we will discuss tomorrow what is the difference between the xylem and phloem, and also what is the difference between meristematic tissue and also permanent tissue. I will clearly tell you about that, and we don't worry. So these are the the extra information. These are the direct NCERT lines, children. It is very useful to study now, right? So this is about the complex permanent tissue, children. So let's see in the next class, all of you. So before I am winding up the class, I would like to tell you very important news for you, children. So here we are conducting the foundation summer camp course, children, in the span of 15 days, right? So in the first 10 days we are going to cover the very core concepts which are relating to the examinations of NEET and JEE. So the core concepts which are the basics for the basic concepts of the NEET. So what are the basics if you learn now, it will be easy there then, right? So we are providing the basics from the very level basics you get to understand. So in the first 10 days we are going to discussing for the upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, the basics we are covering. And the next 2 days we are focusing on the activity based learning. In the activity based learning you came to know about that, you came to know about the where it is happening, why it is happening, like that we came to know in the 12th days. In the 12th day. In the 13th day we are providing the we are conducting the quiz. There you can analyze your performance before and after, how you are improved, how much you are gained the knowledge, you can check in the quiz, and it will boost up your confidence also. And coming to the 14th day we are conducting the cumulative assessment of all subjects we are dealing with. We are mainly dealing with the subjects of physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. Coming to the 15th day, children, so we are providing, it is very one of the most important, because we are providing the career guidance program. If you have a dream, you don't know how to achieve it, you don't know how to go to the path, so how to choose the path, we help you out in the career guidance program, children. This is what our foundation summer camp, children, and if you want to join, it is available by both offline also and online also. For offline people, you can happily come to our institute name called NEET World, present in Narayani, Hyderabad. If you want to join through online, children, we will give you access in our app name called MedWorld. So down scrolling number is there, no, children. Contact with the number, then we will give you the information about how to access in the app. And the very important news, the first 1 week classes are absolutely free. There is no need to pay at least 1 rupee in the span of 1 week. So it is very useful for you, children. I hope you all aware of this news. Otherwise, you can directly contact with the post number is there, no, children. This also you can contact. So, this is what about our very important news, children. And also we are, you know, we are starting the long term courses from the June 3rd onwards, children. So, if you have enrolled for the one course, then we will give you the 5 entrance exam courses free, children. So, this is up to you, children. So, for both MPC and BIPC also, if you are studying 11th, so by that 11th standard you can utilize your time and prepare for the examinations of NEET and MSET, children. It is parallelly doing it is a very smart way to study, children. So, then you will done the coaching also, and your IP for the preparation also will be going on. And also if you are the regular, if you are completed your 12th and if you want to focus on the NEET, if you want to achieve NEET or MSET, and you can watch our demo classes in the YouTube channel, it is available there. So, please go through that, and 1 week classes we will give you free, then you can join in our long term batch, children. And for the MPC also we are providing the JEE mains and also MSET for the MPC students, you can join out there, children. So, it is very useful for you. We are providing, along with the one long term course, we are providing 5 entrance test free, children. So, the courses are free, children. It is very useful for you. I hope you all aware of this. Don't don't miss this opportunity. And it is a very limited batch, children. And coming to here, our Telegram group, children. So, we join through this scanner code to our Telegram group. There you can access our biology, chemistry, physics, maths, daily quizzes, and you will get free resources there. And if you have any live schedules, we will intimate there, we will schedule there. So, you can know about this, and one-on-one doubt solving session will be there, because the faculty itself will be there. So, you can directly ask if you have any doubt. And this is about our Telegram group, children. So, please aware of it and join to the Telegram group. I hope you all aware of this news, and see you in all the classes. So, this is what about today's session. Let's wait in the tomorrow session, children. So, this is Narayani. I am signing off. Thank you.